everybody? It's your boy McFly, the villain of villains, man, and we back with another video, baby. Let's go. What's going on, man? Y'all know what it is. It's the villain of villains, and what we doing today, man, is we finna dive all into Senna. I love what 2SKO is doing now. They're giving lore with the characters now and stuff like that. They gave lore with Akali, but they've gone even deeper with Senna, where they did a little comic book. They also giving us flashes of upcoming characters. I think it's like that little ghost drop. I think they go hit us with that ghost drop early. We might find out about it at Evo, I think, at the earliest. So yeah, definitely, man. I want to jump into this real quick. So I ain't gonna hold us up, man. Y'all know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, turn on that notifications, leave a comment. Comments make better content, man. And let's go.
Senna, Sentinel of Light. A lifetime of battle was no match for Thresh, tormentor of souls. Trapped in Thresh's lantern, thousands of the undead suffer, enthralled by the black mist. But Senna's spark of life burned brightly. She learned to use the mist herself, releasing its hold on other souls. When Thresh's lantern was broken, Senna was ready, wielding darkness with her light. Thresh's game has just begun.
Okay, that's clean. I like that. I like what they're doing. I want them to do that with like all the upcoming characters, and maybe even go back and do that with some of the other characters too. Like, I love to see some of the lore for some of the other characters fleshed out like that, like in a comic book form and so on and so forth. I think that'll be clean. I really do think that'll be clean. But let's jump into what y'all really came here to see. That was nice and all. Y'all had fun with that, but y'all really came here to see her move list. So let's like look at her moves, the button presses, and see what we could piece together. And then we got one more video we're gonna watch after this where we see them actually piece together these moves that we looking for the button presses for. All right, so first and foremost, Absolution, which is like Senna. She got a Wraith meter. Psh, that's dope. So it says when she lands special attacks in certain normals in human form with the Wraith shift and with the curse of black mist to transform into the Wraith. Okay, all right, okay, that's how it goes. So she has a meter, so it's not like she could just do this whole situation of going back and forth between Wraith mode and her normal mode like whenever she wants to. So okay, all right, they had to put a little bit of a leash on it because it would have been OP because her mix game is crazy from what we saw from the trailers, you know what I'm saying? But let's jump back in. S1, that's 2 hits. She hit pulling up the gun and then hit fire. Yes, sir. S1 is even an anti-air. I see what they're talking about. She building Wraith for those attacks. Okay. I remember seeing that. They anti-air with that. Okay, they only use that projectile a couple of times. You can anti-air with that or with the gun. It's just your choice of whichever one you want to use. That snatch is gonna be it. Right there. That snatch is gonna lead to a lot of confirms. And so that's how we go into Wraith mode, just like you keep it as a combo. So that means I can go right from that S2, that forward S2, then go into angle S2, then go into railgun fire S1, and then go right into S2 Wraith mode, and then start mix game from there. So her this form, is she intangible? Well, she's invulnerable when she in this form? That's a hard knockdown. If her tag embraces her, hard knockdown. And from my understanding, I think that alt is full screen. Okay, so it's the same special. Alright. Now, let's find out what happens when you start mixing some of these moves and stuff like that that they just showed us. Let's see how they look in combo form.
Senna trained for a lifetime to protect humanity as a sentinel of light. On a mission in the Shadow Isles, her soul was captured by Thresh.
Yo, before this goes any further, anybody that don't think that either that hidden drop is Thresh, or if that Thresh is not a character that's been moved up, or Thresh is not a character that's going to be in one of those upcoming 3 characters that we don't know who they are, y'all bugging. I actually think Thresh will be the next character because they need to start implementing characters from Shadow Isles. They don't have any characters from Shadow Isles yet. I myself would have preferred Mordekaiser. I keep saying that. I stand on that. And if they was going to make Mordekaiser, I prefer that they make Mordekaiser move like Vasaraga from Grand Blue versus Rising. All of his moves seem intentional. He stumped when he walk. He has a move that makes him invuln, and he can't like be interrupted while he's stumping and moving forward. All his moves seem methodical and they seem intentional. Like when he swing his scythe, you know you getting hit with it, and so on and so forth. He's slow, but he got a good dash and stuff like that. And I think they should do the same thing with Mordekaiser. I think all of his moves should be intentional, and he should stump. And even though he's slow, give him a dash shoulder, give him maybe a ground wave because he got like a projectile in the game. Give him like a ground wave, kind of like Darius, but make it different. Make him hit the ground or something like that, and then a blast or something. That'll be dope. And then, like I said, just make his moves like real methodical and intentional. And then I think maybe his S2 special should be what his ultimate is in League of Legends, where he dome you, and it's a 1v1 fight inside of that dome for X amount of time. Let's say maybe 5 to 7 seconds. It's just you versus Mordekaiser. You can't tag, you can't use your burst, you can't use your fury, you can't, you know what I'm saying? None of your mechanics or your teammate can help you because you trapped in that bubble, just thugging it out. That would be dope. I would like Mordekaiser to be in this game more than any other character when it comes down to the fact that it's a fighting game. But if I had to choose between Mordekaiser, Thresh, and Viego, I'm a pick Mordekaiser if I had to pick between the 3. But if I had to pick between Viego and Thresh, I'm gonna go with Thresh. I don't think we need another sword character like Viego. Just like right now, we already got Darius with his axe, and then we got Yasuo with his sword, and weapon characters like Alawi, she got a weapon, and so does Caitlyn. And so you know, all of these, even Jinx with her hammer and stuff like that. All of these characters, we got characters with weapon. Even though I'm pretty sure Thresh is gonna have like a chain, you know, like a chain whip, because that's what he got in the game. But in the same token, I don't think we need like another sword character just yet. Thresh is gonna be a nice change, especially if he got like whipping motions with his attacks. That'll be clean. So I'll take in order of what I would like. I would like Mordekaiser, Thresh, then Viego if I had to pick. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Tormentor of the Dead. Trapped in Thresh's lantern, Senna learned to use the supernatural power of the Black Mist for herself. She's now the only human to ever escape Thresh's prison, cleansing the world of evil with the power of light and darkness. In Senna's base form, she uses her cannon to fire massive beams of energy. In Wraith form, she rushes down enemies with extreme mobility. No matter what form she takes, Senna is highly capable of redeeming the corrupted souls that cross her path. Senna has a unique resource, Wraith Meter. Heavy and special attacks all build Wraith Meter on hit.
I wonder if that's her 2H.
Once she has at least one bar, she can enter a Wraith form that unlocks new attacks and movement tools. We'll get back to what Wraith form can do later. For now, let's look at Senna's starting moves. In base form, Senna is all about hitting opponents from range. She wants to zone with beams of light and other projectiles to build up Wraith Meter. Her S1 suite is focused on her relic stone cannon, forged from the broken weapons of other sentinels. Tap S1 to fire a beam of light. Hold to charge it, and tap down to change its direction.
This
is Senna's most basic poke tool. Her S1 super shoots a more powerful blast of energy. While in base form, Senna's S2s use her control over the Black Mist. All of her S2 moves build Wraith Meter on block and on hit. Hold S2 to fire a projectile of mist that travels low to the ground. Release the button to make it shoot upwards. Down S2 throws a grenade in an arc. If it hits, Senna can follow up with S1 or a heavy attack to get a wall bounce. With forward S2, Senna unleashes a short burst of Black Mist. If she hits an opponent, she'll bring them into the air. Air S2 is a multi-hit attack that spikes the opponent to the ground. Hold any direction to steer this move. When Senna has at least one bar of Wraith Meter, she can use down forward S2 to dash a short distance and activate Wraith form. With S2 Super, Senna dives at her opponent in a rush of Black Mist, then she enters Wraith form. This works even if she doesn't have Wraith Meter when she starts the attack. Once Senna has access to Wraith form, she wants to go on the offense. Wraith form changes all of Senna's moves. While it's active, she becomes a rushdown mix-up focused champion, and her Wraith Meter drains over time. Once it's empty, she'll return to base form if she's on the ground. In Wraith form, Senna gains a multi-directional air dash. After dashing forward, hold up or down to slightly angle the movement. Some of Senna's normals gain new properties while in Wraith form. For example, standing medium will shoot a projectile, and crouching heavy can hit off the ground.
Just a projectile off of GP, that's great.
Wraith form S1 is a dash attack that tracks opponents horizontally. This can cancel into air dash in its startup.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wraith form's S1 super shoots a beam of dark energy. This has the same properties as in base form. With S2, Wraith form Senna briefly turns into a shadow that can move in any direction, unleashing a whirlwind attack when she reappears. Hold S2 to stay intangible for longer. Use this to end combos and cross up enemies. Down forward S2 lets Senna dash forward and return to base form. If Senna uses S2 Super while in Wraith form, she'll release the anguish of the undead and go back to base form as well. Senna's ultimate purifies her opponent in an overwhelming surge of light. While in Wraith form, she blasts them with the Black Mist instead. This move has the same properties across both forms, and hits the entire floor from full screen. Senna's forward assist launches a grenade in an arc. Her back assist fires a short beam of light. Super assist shoots a much more powerful beam. If it hits Senna's teammate, they'll gain a small amount of recoverable health. Senna only loses Wraith Meter while she's the point champion, so if she tags out in Wraith form, she'll stay in it. If she's KO'd, she'll return to base form. Wraith form has unique assist attacks. Forward assist lets Senna rush forward in a whirlwind. If she hits an opponent, she'll kick them to the ground. Wraith form back assist summons an undead projectile. Senna is effective in both base and Wraith form, but switching between the two is key to unlocking her full potential. In base form, Senna's ranged tools are her bread and butter. Learn to use her cannon blast and grenade to keep opponents away and gain Wraith Meter. Once you're in Wraith form, focus on using her diverse air movement to catch enemies by surprise. At the highest level, Senna wants to switch in and out of Wraith form very often, even within the same combo. Senna experts will cancel her S1 beam attacks into Wraith form dash, seamlessly rushing down opponents. Senna's two forms have very different strengths and weaknesses. She's the most versatile duo partner in 2x KO so far. Together, Caitlyn and Senna can keep opponents away very effectively. Once Senna has built enough Wraith meter, then she can get in close and tear through the enemy team. You can also pair Senna with Echo or Akali and play to Wraith form strengths. Use their mobility to mix up enemies from any direction. Now that we've covered the basics of Senna's kit, it's time to bring salvation to your foes. Learn to fight with both her forms and save the world one soul at a time.
Oh no, looking at that skin, I might have to put her on the same team as Darius. Yo, all I can say is that the mixed game is crazy, but what makes her such a really good character is her ability to transition from the zoning directly into the mix. The fact that she can go S1 special, shoot you, and then right after shoot you, she can go 3S2. 3S2 moves her forward while switching her into Wraith mode, and then she can pick up off of the cannon blast and go into all of the crazy mix in Wraith mode. And then if Wraith mode bar runs out, she just instantly transitions right back into human mode, and you can finish out with another cannon blast and start right back rebuilding your Wraith meter. Not to mention Wraith meter already generates just standing. It's building constantly. Like, that was one thing that I said, if they really wanted to make Blitzcrank a character that could really be like effective tournament level, they needed to make him, they needed to give him a continuous building steam bar, right? Like what they did with her and her Wraith meter. That's going that Wraith meter generating constantly, and also you're getting Wraith meter when you hit with heavy attacks and when you hit with special attacks. It's never gonna be a time you're not gonna be able to like generate Wraith attacks and so on and so forth. It's just not gonna be a time, because all you gotta do is just have Wraith meter in order to get in there. The only time you gotta have one full Wraith bar is when you want to do that special that turns her into her Wraith form, her S2 special that turns her into the Wraith form. That is the only time that you're gonna have to worry about your Wraith meter and like stuff like that. That's the only time that will even become a thing that a person even has to worry about. I myself am beyond I'm ready. I'm beyond ready to play with Senna and to see what she got and how she's going to be effective. I think I may try to run something with her and Darius. If not her and Darius, definitely y'all know I'm going to try out with Blitz, because that's my boy. That's my main. I love Blitz. I might even try with Caitlyn and see what happens if I hit double fake zoners. Because Caitlyn and Senna both seem like fake zoners to me. They only zone enough until they can abuse you up close. And we know that Caitlyn can abuse you up close. If you mess up and you jump in and you get like 2H'd, or she jumps over your projectile and then she back S2, hit you with the knee, go into a medium, drop down to the ground, hit you with two combos, dive kick you. After dive kicking you, go right back into the back S2, and then from there go back into medium, back into juggle again, pop you up in the air, shoot you, hit you with the S2, knock you down to the ground, then dive kick you, throw the trap, reset you all over again, and then launch you, and then let your teammate do the rest of the work. Like, that's Caitlyn. That's like a normal Caitlyn right there. Like, and that's vicious. Now, outside of that normal Caitlyn, now you got another fake zoner in Senna who just wants to zone you enough until I get my bar so that I can transform into Echo or Ari. That's essentially what she does. She's gonna be vicious. I can't wait to get my hands on her and be able to play her. And then I also cannot wait until I see what happens with her at Evo. I know there are going to be some people that are going to pick her up and they probably going to go crazy with her at Evo. So I'm just ready, just like you guys are, to see what Senna brings to the table. But as always, man, it's been your boy McFly, the villain of villains, man. Y'all know what it is. Live young, stay fly, man. I'm gone.